Coffee is the world's most consumed pick-me-up after water for people over 60. It is a daily ritual, often the first warm thing we reach for each morning. But that familiar cup can be more than a mood booster. With a few safe, inexpensive additions, your morning coffee can help reduce inflammation, steady blood sugar, improve circulation, and even provide the nutrients that support muscle repair. Those are the exact things you need to protect strength and mobility as you age. The blunt truth: aging steals muscle. Starting in middle age, the decline begins, and after 60, the pace often accelerates. Adults can lose roughly 3 to 8% of muscle mass per decade, and strength often declines even faster. That translates into higher risk of falls, fractures, slower walking, and a loss of independence. This loss, sarcopenia, is one of the most consequential yet changeable threats to healthy aging. But muscle loss is not destiny. Resistance training and adequate protein are the single most powerful tools to rebuild muscle. Still, most people over 60 drink coffee every day. If you combine coffee with the right natural ingredients, your daily ritual becomes a simple, consistent, high-return intervention. Below, I'll walk you through 8 safe, science-backed additions you can stir into your coffee. I've ranked them from number 8 to number 1, explained why each helps, shown how to use it practically, and shared a short story to make it feel real. Why this matters. Aging muscles lose mass and, crucially, strength because of several forces. Lower protein synthesis called anabolic resistance, chronic low-grade inflammation, hormonal changes, reduced activity, and poorer nutrient delivery. Fixing any single factor rarely reverses sarcopenia, but layering solutions better blood flow. Anti-inflammatory nutrients, high-quality protein, and steady fuel compounds the effect. Think of your coffee as a delivery vehicle that every single morning can send these small but meaningful nutrients into your system. Before we dive in, if you care about staying strong, active, and independent after 60, subscribe to Senior Wellness for weekly science-based tips that keep you moving with confidence. Number 1. Cinnamon, the little spice that steadies blood sugar and spares muscle. Why it helps. Unstable blood sugar, wide highs after eating, and low crashes later is an underrated driver of muscle fatigue and breakdown. When glucose swings wildly, muscles get inconsistent fuel, and the body is more likely to break down protein for energy. Cinnamon contains bioactive compounds that can modestly help stabilize fasting glucose and improve glucose regulation for some people. For older adults, a small improvement in blood sugar steadiness means fewer energy crashes and better day-to-day muscle performance. How to use. Start small, about 1/4 to 1/2 teaspoons stirred into hot coffee. Use Ceylon True Cinnamon if possible. It contains much lower coumarin than common. Cassia cinnamon coumarin can be a concern in very high doses. Cinnamon is a spice, not medicine. Culinary amounts are safe, but discuss higher dose supplements with a clinician. Story. Meet John, 68. He used to crash after lunch and struggle climbing stairs. His wife suggested a little cinnamon in his coffee. Within a few weeks, he stopped nodding off after lunch and his legs felt lighter on stairs. His fasting glucose readings improved modestly. His only change was a teaspoon of cinnamon each morning. Caveat. The effect of cinnamon is modest and varies among individuals. It's not a substitute for diabetes management or medical treatment. Number 7. Unsweetened cocoa powder. Boost circulation. Reduce inflammation. Why it helps. Real cocoa is rich in flavonols, plant compounds that support blood vessel health and microcirculation. Better circulation means oxygen and nutrients reach muscles more efficiently, which matters for recovery and strength in older adults who often have poorer perfusion. Cocoa flavonols can also exert mild antioxidant and anti-inflammatory effects, both useful for preserving muscle and vascular health. How to use unsweetened natural cocoa powder, not sugary hot chocolate mixes. Start with 1/2 to 1 teaspoon stirred into coffee. Cocoa adds a pleasant flavor and can reduce the desire for sugary creamers. Story. Evelyn, 72. started stirring a teaspoon of unsweetened cocoa into her morning cup. Her walks felt easier, and at her next checkup, her blood pressure was slightly lower. Caveat: many commercial mixes are loaded with sugar. Use pure cocoa powder to avoid added sugars that undermine results. Number Y. Coconut oil or MCT oil. Steady fuel that muscles and brain love. Why it helps. Medium-chain triglycerides, MCTs, found in coconut oil and concentrated MCT oil products are metabolized differently from longer-chain fats. MCTs convert quickly into ketones, an efficient, steady fuel for muscles and brain tissue, particularly useful as glucose metabolism becomes less efficient with age. For many older adults, MCTs can reduce mid-morning sugar cravings and provide longer-lasting energy. How to start with 1/2 to 1 teaspoon of coconut oil or MCT oil in hot coffee. Blend or whisk to emulsify for a creamier texture. Increase slowly if tolerated. MCTs can cause stomach upset if introduced too quickly. Story: Harold, 69, used to reach for snacks by 11 a.m. After a teaspoon of MCT oil in his coffee, his cravings faded and he felt steadier through the morning. Over time, he lost a few pounds around his waist and his evening walks felt easier. Caveat: MCTs add calories. If you're managing weight or diabetes, factor the extra calories into your plan and consult your clinician. Number Whey, milk or soy milk. Immediate high-quality protein in your cup. Why it helps. After 60, the body needs more protein to trigger muscle protein synthesis. Milk delivers complete protein, including leucine, the amino acid that signals muscles to build. Fortified soy milk is a plant-based alternative that still provides quality protein and beneficial compounds. Adding protein to your morning coffee turns it into a quick, convenient, muscle-preserving drink. How to use: replace creamers with 1/4 to 1/2 cup of milk or fortified soy milk. That adds roughly 4 to 6 grams of protein. Combine with a protein powder for larger protein needs. Story: Dolores, 72, switched from black coffee to a splash of soy milk. Within months, she noticed it was easier to carry groceries and that she didn't tea-tire as quickly on stairs. Caveat: watch added sugars in flavored milks. Lactose intolerant, choose lactose-free dairy or fortified plant milks. Number Y. Collagen powder. The structural protein that supports joints and connective tissue. Why it helps. Collagen is the main structural protein in tendons, ligaments, cartilage, and the scaffolding around muscles. Hydrolyzed collagen peptides, flavorless powders, are easily mixed into liquids and have shown benefits in clinical trials for reducing joint discomfort and supporting connective tissue resilience. For older adults whose joint pain limits activity, collagen can indirectly help preserve muscle by making movement easier and less painful. How to use: add 1 scoop, commonly approximately 10 g of flavorless collagen peptide powder to hot coffee. It dissolves with little taste. Use consistently. Trials showing benefit often run 8 to 12 weeks and include accompanying exercise. Story: Robert, 70, began adding collagen to his morning cup. With a little more backyard movement, his knee stiffness eased and he found himself gardening and playing with his grandson again. Caveat: collagen is not a complete protein like whey and should complement adequate total daily protein intake. #3 Whey Protein unflavored. The muscle-building powerhouse. Why it helps. Whey protein is fast-digesting, rich in essential amino acids, and particularly high in leucine, the amino acid that flips the build muscle switch. Numerous trials show whey, combined with resistance exercise, improves lean mass and strength, and enhances walking speed in older adults. For many, a scoop of unflavored whey in coffee is the easiest way to achieve a protein dose that stimulates muscle protein synthesis. How to use: choose an unflavored whey isolate or concentrate low in sugar. 1 scoop typically provides 20 to 25 grams of protein. Older adults often benefit from 20 to 40 g of high-quality protein at a meal, or at minimum approximately 20 grams with at least 2.5 to 3 g of leucine. Mix with a blender or whisk into hot coffee for a smooth, protein-rich drink. Story: Helen, 67, added whey protein to her coffee. After 6 weeks, she noticed firmer arms and easier stair climbing, and her doctor confirmed small gains in lean mass. Caveat: if you're vegan or lactose intolerant, consider a plant-based blend fortified to match leucine content. Whey remains the most robust single-ingredient option in many trials. Number A. Ground chia seeds. Tiny seeds. Big nutritional value: why it helps. Ground chia seeds provide soluble fiber, plant protein, and plant-based omega-3 South ALA. Grinding chia releases nutrients that would otherwise pass through undigested. For older adults, chia supports digestion, steadier energy, reduced midline weight gain, and a small anti-inflammatory benefit, all helpful for maintaining mobility and muscle health. How to use: grind chia seeds in a spice grinder, or use pre-ground chia. Add 1 teaspoon to hot coffee and stir. They will swell slightly and create a creamy texture. Alternatively, mix ground chia into warm milk before adding to coffee. Story: George, 70, added ground chia and noticed better digestion, less mid-afternoon fatigue, and easier walks after a few weeks. Caveat: chia provides ALA different from the marine EPA DHA form of omega-3 South, so include other omega-3 sources if needed. #1 Turmeric, plus a pinch of black pepper, the anti-inflammatory champion. Why it's number 1. Chronic low-grade inflammation inflammaging drives muscle breakdown, joint pain, and vascular aging. Curcumin turmeric's active compound has powerful anti-inflammatory and antioxidant properties. The problem is curcumin's poor absorption. Add a pinch of black pepper, piperine, and absorption increases dramatically. Human studies show curcumin can reduce inflammatory markers and improve joint pain and mobility in people with musculoskeletal complaints. Combined with a fat like MCT oil, curcumin becomes even more bioavailable. How to use: add 1/4 to 1/2 teaspoon of ground turmeric and a tiny pinch of black pepper to hot coffee. Combine with a teaspoon of MCT or coconut oil to improve absorption. Start small to check the flavor and tolerance. Story: Satoshi, 73, tried turmeric and black pepper in his morning coffee. Weeks later, his knee pain decreased and his doctor observed lower inflammation markers. Caveat: turmeric alters flavor and can interact with medications, including blood thinners. Check with a clinician before beginning regular use. How to combine these safely: a practical daily routine. You don't need to do all 8 at once. Here's a practical, evidence-minded routine to start with. Base cup, your usual coffee. Protein priority: 1 scoop unflavored whey. OR 1/2 cup milk. Soy milk. Protein is the most important addition for rebuilding muscle. Anti-inflammatory: 1/4 1/2 teaspoon turmeric plus a pinch of black pepper. Add 1/2 to 1 teaspoon MCT oil if you tolerate it. Optional daily boosters: rotate 1/2 teaspoon unsweetened cocoa, 1/2 teaspoon ground chia, a light sprinkle of cinnamon, or a scoop of collagen on days when joint comfort or connective tissue support is a priority. Start slow. Introduce 1 addition at a time. Watch for digestive responses, and read labels for added sugar. Keep total daily calories in mind, especially if you add oils or powders. Consistency matters. Most benefits appear over weeks to months, not overnight. The research bottom line: what's proven, what's promising, and what to expect: proven, adequate, high-quality protein, especially when paired with resistance training. Improves muscle mass and strength in older adults. Promising: turmeric with black pepper reduces inflammatory markers and can improve joint pain for many people. Cocoa flavonols support blood flow. MCTs provide steady fuel. Collagen helps joint comfort when combined with exercise. Chia supports gut and metabolic health. Mixed modest cinnamon can modestly help glucose control in some people, but it's not a replacement for medical management of diabetes. Important: no single food is a miracle. The clearest evidence supports protein plus resistance exercise. These coffee additions are low-cost, low-effort nudges that amplify the benefits of good training. Balanced nutrition and safe daily movement. Realistic expectations and safety checklist expect gradual improvements. Changes in strength and function typically occur over weeks to months. Track calories, oils, milk, and powders. Increase energy intake. Factor them into your daily plan. Check medication interactions. Turmeric, cinnamon, and other herbs can interact with prescriptions, anticoagulants, diabetes meds, etc. Always consult your clinician. Allergies and intolerances. Choose lactose-free or plant-based alternatives as needed. If you have kidney disease or other chronic organ issues, higher protein should be managed with specialist oversight. Most of us over 60 drink coffee every morning. That small daily habit is an opportunity. A tiny, free, consistent intervention that can either fuel decline or help rebuild you. Swap a sugary creamer for protein. Stir in a pinch of turmeric and black pepper. Try a teaspoon of unsweetened cocoa or a drop of MCT oil. Little choices add up. And do the one thing every scientist and geriatrician agrees on. Lift something heavy twice a week. Get enough protein every day and use your morning cup to support, not sabotage, your strength. Try one addition this week. Tell me in the comments which one you started and where you were watching from. We read and reply to every single one. If this video opened your eyes, share it with someone over 60 who drinks coffee. It might be the simplest thing they do this month to keep their balance, their confidence, and their independence. Stay strong, stay sharp, and remember, aging is not about getting weaker, it's about choosing the right habits. About Senior Wellness, your trusted source for senior health, gentle exercises, nutrition, and natural aging science. Disclaimer: educational only, not medical advice. Always consult your doctor before starting supplements or changing medications.